What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Quarkchain. Now, guys, I know from the title people are going to be, especially anyone in Quarkchain, is going to be annoyed. I'm going to clarify exactly why I think it's a bad coin, and I don't think it's necessarily bad tech, bad investment. Also, some big news, obviously, out of the UK, new PM, who is pro-crypto. So we'll talk about that in this vid too, because if you're a UK citizen, you're going to want to pay attention to this. And if you're in the crypto in space, you're going to want to pay attention to this too. Before I get into that though, folks, if you're new to the channel, you're probably sitting there going, why the hell should I listen to you, James? There's a million YouTube channels devoted to crypto. Fair question. So let's go through. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel, and they're the first 26 coins I held when I made this channel. Now, had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos about them, and you'd done everything wrong as an investor ever, you'd never sold them, you just sat on them and ignored them for like a year and a half, you'd still be in profit for around 7 grand. But if you'd done the right things, everything right, if you'd have bought them and sold them last year when the markets flew up, you could have made 123 grand. Massive difference. Now, I sold these coins last year. They're not what I hold. If you want to see the coins I own, come read copymycrypto.com. It's where I share every coin I hold in my portfolio. Every coin I buy, every coin I sell. Now, we have thousands of members on the site, many of whom haven't invested in anything ever. So we've got beginner tutorials for anyone that wants to get started. So it doesn't matter your level of knowledge. Now, I dive into the markets every damn day. I'm constantly looking at and reading up on cryptos. And guys, if you want to make these gains, if you want to take the research out of it for yourself and just literally copy the portfolio I've got, you can do. You can make these 42x, 52, 62, 677. You know, I've made one Udemy course in 2020, and I've only ever made one actually. And it was all about Phantom. I said it was 100x. Obviously, did a lot more than that. If you'd have put 2 grand into Phantom when I did that Udemy course, you would have made 1.3 million. Now, I'm going to find another Phantom. When I do, I'm not going to do a Udemy course or anything nonsense like that. I'm simply going to go onto the site, tell the members of the coin I'm getting in on, why I'm getting in on it, why I believe it can do that 100x gain. If you want to make that gain, guys, go read the site. Everything on the site is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube channel too. So go have a look. Now, Quarkchain. Quarkchain is currently priced at basically 1 cent. Quarkchain, its long-term chart looks as bad as any long-term chart I've ever seen. From 30 cents in 2018, down to 5 cents or 6 cents last year, then re-peaked at like 4 cents, and is now hovering at 1. It's got a market cap of 68 million. Now, my problem with Quarkchain is actually more to do with its small ecosystem and everything around it. Look, transactions per second is fantastic. It's better than most out there, without doubt. Without doubt. It's delivered 55,000 at peak. It's aiming to deliver 100,000. They have implemented effectively full-scale sharding. Now, a number of cryptos have implemented levels of sharding tech. You know, Elrond and Ethereum and a number of different other cryptos have got sharding, but Quarkchain effectively has full-scale sharding, which allows for immense scalability. And that's their big push, is their usability and scalability. Now, they use a few different consensus mechanisms. They've got proof of work and proof of stake. So they've got delegated proof of stake, proof of work. They're also Ethereum virtual machine compatible, so every dApp that's deployed on Ethereum can be deployed on Quarkchain. They're looking at adding more virtual machines like EOS's virtual machine and Cosmos down the line as well. And that gives developers more choice. Now, from an architectural perspective, when you look at the underlying tech, the underlying infrastructure, very, very strong. Very, very strong, without question. Now, I wouldn't touch it. And I wouldn't touch Quarkchain because I don't believe the marketing or the ecosystem is good enough. And that has to change. If that changes, my perspective changes. But right now, I'm not seeing growth in a way that I would want to see. Now, tech-wise, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you impressed with the tech? Do you think you would want to buy Quarkchain just based on the tech information that you can see? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. We were on like 80% of returning viewers had never subscribed. We've got that down to just below 75%. I want to get that down below 70, to be honest. So if you're a returning viewer, just subscribe to the channel. Does no harm. It's a great thing to do. Make you feel good. Yeah, and let me know, what do you think of Quarkchain, of the tech? Because it is the thing, right? Is the ecosystem, the world of Quarkchain. Chainlink, Loopring, Sealer, Anchor, Binance Smart Chain, Alchemy Pay, PancakeSwap. A lot of these are effectively, we've got some DEXs in there. Yes, we've got an Oracle, we've got some layering solutions, we've got some staking platforms. Nothing about this ecosystem is exciting. And the rest of it's wallets and developers. It's a weak ecosystem right now. And the problem is I'm not seeing incentivization plans. I have went through, now maybe I'm missing it, and if I am, please let me know, send a link showing me if I'm missing it, because if I am, then I want to get it, I want to go back, and I'd have to redo this video. But yeah, look, there's no incentivization. The developers aren't going to be looking at Quarkchain because they've got no reason to. They're not going to get a benefit from developing on Quarkchain. Beyond potentially people using it, but how many people use Quarkchain? And this is the problem, and the marketing hasn't been great. They have got an article here on how they're looking at marketing. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing in terms of their push on, because I understand their big push is the tech, their big push is education, but unfortunately, that's fairly irrelevant. And I mean that in the sense that, look, fundamentally users, or the majority of users, give zero, don't care, no, rephrase it, don't care about the actual tech, the majority, right? People want to be able to use dApps, people want to be able to use the underlying tech to benefit them, whether that's gaming, whether that's DeFi. And Quarkchains right now are pushing on an educational front, or they're pushing on a tech front, but they need to push on a monetary front. Hey developers, come here and we'll pay you. Hey developers, come here and you'll get royalties from the number of transactions, something to get people to build. Because Quarkchain's tech is better than a lot out there. But fundamentally, the tech can be the best in the world, but if they aren't advertising, they're not going to be seen. That chart is as bad as I've ever seen it. The actual general volume as well is piss poor. They've had one really phenomenal day of volume, but the rest of the time, volume's not been great. You know, some days better than others. But there's not that interest in Quarkchain because people aren't pushing. Now, Quarkchain was like a 2018 ICO, like 2017 ICO OG, as it were. You know, there was tons of hype behind Quarkchain. There was tons of hype behind OneChain. Yeah, OneChain. In 2017, launched in 2018, very, very high in terms of price, and it's since obviously it launched 30 times higher than it is right now. It's never come close to getting back to that. Now, maybe, you know, if the price drops, it could be something, but fundamentally, unless they market more effectively, unless they give developers a reason to come to them, the ecosystem won't grow properly. If the ecosystem doesn't grow properly, they don't have users. If they don't have users, the overall price won't appreciate. Now, if their marketing and incentivization improves for developers, if their ecosystem, if the world of Quarkchain grows, then it's got a shot. But right now, it looks flat. It looks a long way away from where it should be, based on the fact that the tech is better than a lot out there. So on tech, I'd go, this should be a massive winner, but the overall marketing and the overall ecosystem is too small. So I'd have to say loser right now until we see a change in their world and how they approach things. Because users aren't going to flock to them because they're being educated. Users want to flock to them because there's a reason to flock to them. My thoughts. But let me know if you disagree. You know, maybe the tech fundamentally will carry it through, but unless people know about it, no one uses it. So let me know. I'll be interested to see what people think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, particularly if you're a returning viewer. We've got below 75% of returning viewers, but still around about 75% have not subscribed, even though they're returning viewers. Let's get that down. Please, let's get that down to 70%. It's a good thing to do as well. You feel good clicking that subscribe button. And guys, if you want to see my portfolio right now, go and read copymycrypto.com. Everything on that site is verifiable. Everything on that site can be seen on my YouTube channel. We have got thousands of members. We've got beginners tutorials because so many of the members have never actually tried crypto before. So it doesn't matter what your starting point is. I share every coin I own. I share whenever I'm making a buy order or making a sell order. Recently did a buy order, picked the exact value, the biggest drop in a coin, picked the perfect entry point very, very recently. Coin has since rebounded about 10%. Very, very easy to pick out. But I'm not looking for 10% gains. I'm looking for 20x's, 40x's, 50, 100. If you want to make those gains, then go read that site. And last thing, guys. Rishi Sunak became Prime Minister. So UK, I mean, England's going through a hell of a time. UK is a ridiculous place right now. So this is the third leader in like 2 months. Rishi Sunak does have crypto ambitions. Prior to losing his job as a chancellor, he had pushed for the Royal Mint to create an NFT. That's yet to come to fruition. Sunak apparently is interested in crypto and wants UK to become a crypto financial hub. That could bode really well for the UK. But I'll believe it when I see it, because fundamentally I don't trust the government that we've got. I don't think I trust the government, any of the governments, but they've failed the country multiple times and consistently for about 12 years now. So I'm not overly optimistic, but if we do actually get some clarity in terms of regulations in the UK, that would be great. That'd be great. But right now, you know, inflation's out of control. You know, he's here to steady the ship and get things back on track. I'm still not convinced he'll do that, but he is crypto positive, so maybe we'll see some really nice, a really nice sort of transition to regulatory clarity. Who knows? But I'm not optimistic. If anyone is optimistic about Rishi, let me know in the comments down below. And that's it from me, folks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.